Hello again, everyone. We have just finished some holidays, and one of the things I always wonder is, has the family arrived home safely? Now, why do I ask that? We have mom and dad and generally children, minors, that are traveling in the same car. If they have arrived safely, I'm very, very happy. If they do not arrive safely, I always wonder who has actually passed on. If it's mom alone, dad alone, or is it mom and dad? Now, here is my concern. When we plan, we generally plan for mom, and then we plan for dad, because our thought pattern is one is going to die before the other. It just sounds logical. And when we plan, we generally make sure that it's done in such a manner that we're going to be saving taxes. Our concern is capital gains tax all over. And we also ensure that there's going to be very little estate duty. So there's quite a bit of bequests that go to the spouse for Section 4Q deduction. And then, of course, if I can save executive fees, I want to be saving executive fees. And perhaps the way we plan is that the bequest, because we know that the surviving spouse is going to still be with the children, we probably bequeath quite a bit to our surviving spouse. So at least there's liquidity, assets, etc. that go to the spouse. But what if they die simultaneously? Did you know that if you are unable to determine if one spouse survived the other just by 1 second, just 1 second, if you are unable to determine that, then did you know that they cannot inherit from the other? One does not inherit from the other. If one does not inherit from the other, what do you think it does in terms of all these taxes, expenses that we've tried to save? Well, there's going to be no rollover, so our capital gains tax has increased. There's going to be no Section 4Q deduction, so our state duty has increased. Now we probably have the chances that there's going to be more executive fees. Remember, policies payable to the deceased estate. Not only that, what about policies that were paid to the spouse? The spouse is deceased. As the beneficiary, she's deceased or he's deceased. Where are those proceeds going to go now? Not only that, not only have we increased, possibly increased the taxes, what do we leave to the children? Do we have guardians? And are we going to split it intestate? How does the will actually read? So there are a lot of concerns that one must consider, especially when mom and dad are traveling together, which is more often than not. Feel free to please go onto my website and take a look at some of the case studies that I have put together, which shows the effects of the additional costs and expenses, and at the same time, the difficulties that could be experienced if we don't plan correctly. Otherwise, please look after mom and dad together as well. Thank you so much for listening to Synergia Learning.